Okay. Well, you know what, folks? That Epstein list is never going to be released. I think Maxwell will. I'm 50-50. Miss Maxwell, Epstein's little side piece, his girlfriend. I'm 50-50 on her getting a pardon because check this out. Check this out. All right. Because I'm going to play a video just from a few, I guess, some months ago, earlier this month. But first, I want to pull up this article from July 28th. Trump now seriously considering pardon for Sean Combs, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. oh no, here comes the diddler. Look out, it's a diddler. Ahead of sentencing, White House official says nothing. So, okay. Okay, great. Donald Trump is heavily weighing giving Sean Diddy Combs a full presidential pardon ahead of the convicted Bad Boy Records founding sentencing later this year. Nearly 2 months after Trump publicly entertained the notion of a Diddy pardon in the Oval Office gaggle, a comprehensive get-out-of-jail card for Combs is being seriously considered, an administration source tells Deadline. So just for context, here is the video in question from May 30th.
Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening. And I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. You know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Yeah, well, look, hey, by the way, just so y'all know, just remember, many moons ago, the diddler said this.
White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous. Mm-hmm. This man literally threatened the lives of us and our families about going to vote. When you look at it, we don't have no choice. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Biden. I can't say I love the pick either, but hey, we got to get him in office, and then we got to hold him accountable.
I bet he's telling his lawyers, please tell Trump I want to get a pardon. You know. Apparently, there was a report that the diddler was jealous of Luigi Mangioni's popularity, because Bankman-Fried, the diddler, and Luigi were all in the same holding area. That's got to be one crazy situation, right? Got to be one crazy situation. But I want to pull up this article here again. Additionally, as several associates of the much accused and currently incarcerated All About the Benjamins performer have been pitching the White House, other insiders confirmed the topic has leveled up from just another Trump weave to an actionable event. Sean Combs was found partially guilty in his NYC sex trafficking trial earlier this month. Of course, as a number of parties attest, this being the roller coaster of Trump world, any decision on a Combs pardon is in flux until the president of the United States actually puts his signature on a piece of paper. So, repeatedly denied a $50 million bond and release from Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center since his arrest last September, Combs could end up spending 2 to 3 years in a federal prison upon his sentencing on October 3rd by Judge Aaron Subramanian, sorry about that. Any sentencing certainly would include time already served by Combs. Even with that, the feds seeking the maximum under sentencing guidelines. An appeal is widely expected to be launched by the 10-attorney deep defense almost immediately after sentencing occurs. Contacted by Deadline, Combs' defense team, led by Mark Angeliglio and Tenny Grego had no comment on any pardon talk for their client, while a number of individuals close to Combs, both personally and professionally, have been very active in seeking White House recourse for the Grammy winner. The defense team itself has had no significant participation in the process, I hear. Up on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, the reply was that the White House will not comment on the existence or non-existence of any clemency request, according to an administrative official. Was the damning verdict for the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, delivered by a federal jury on July 2nd. After an 8-week trafficking trial, Combs escaped the most severe of the criminal charges he was facing. Even before the mixed verdict came in, Trump exclaimed on May 30th that when it came to a Diddy pardon, he would certainly look at the facts if I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or not, or don't like me. Okay, great. Well, whatever. I think the fact that, again, this is being brought up again makes me think, no, he's going to get pardoned. Because look, so to quote the great St. George Carlin, the comedian of our era, the funny man of our time, he once said these exact words: "It's a big club, and you ain't in it." Once big on Trump, Combs became quite critical of him during the Republicans' first term and endorsed Joe Biden. Whoa! Hey, everyone gives me crap for not spelling things right. This is a legit source. Bowden? Look. Hold on. We're zooming in. Oh, that's ugly. That's very ugly. Bowden. Look at that right there. Bowden. Boden. Deadline. Where's your editor at? Bowden. Joe Bowden in 2020. I mean, Joe Biden. Gotta love when you catch him like that. Before that, Trump and Combs had known each other for decades, with the former bluntly calling the latter a good friend in 2012. They're still friends. They're all friends. They're all buddies. They're all pals. Soon after hitting stardom, the great and popular P. Diddy, aka the Diddler, was a regular on the 90s and 2000s Manhattan party and charity event circuit, and often came into contact with Trump. Gee, so they all knew each other. In season 12 premiere of The Apprentice, Trump told the recent Danny Kaine singer, Aubrey O'Day, that he thought her former boss was a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him. Asserting that in May of this year, no one asked for a pardon for Combs, Trump added, I know people are thinking about it as the May 12th trial went on. Jumping in the fray after weeks of trolling, Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson, vowed to stop any pardon. I'm going to reach out so he knows how I feel about this guy, the Trump-friendly rap star said May 31st, posted on social media. So great. Wonderful. All right, so 50 Cent. Listen, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but double time your effort, okay? We all know that the Diddler has done some crazy things, and I got to tell you, if Trump is seriously considering of pardoning this guy, and if it does come into fruition, I mean, that's evidence enough that maybe Maxwell could also get a chance. You know, scumbag Maxwell. She could get a chance to also get pardoned. And as for those Epstein files, any information, that's going bye-bye. We're witnessing it in real time. Okay? We're witnessing it. We're witnessing this in real time. Scumbag politicians, the music industry, Hollywood, the top 1%ers, they're all friends with each other. You really think a rich billionaire or millionaire is going to go to jail? You really think one of them are going to be affected by the laws of the land? If one of them goes behind bars, that's it. Floodgates are open. There's a reason why our politicians are not popular anymore. There's a reason why people look at our politicians with disdain. It's because they're doing insider trading too. All right? Because they got those inside contacts. They got those extra third parties that help them out. Go check out Unusual Whales. This is evidence enough right here. The fact that it's even being humored. It shouldn't be humored at all. But hey, Trump knows these people. He knows all of them. They all know each other. And I think Diddy will still get financially bled in the civil suits by his victims. You know what? Yeah. This just in. Scott Ritter is requesting his own pardon. Yeah, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I don't know, maybe. And Big Basil says, I think Diddy will get charged with hogging baby oil. I don't know. And while I do see people on Rumble, let's see. What else we got here? Hold on. I want to see what else the audience is saying. Yeah. Yeah, I see it all. I see it all in the chat. Jesus Christ, my live stream audience is brutal. But I want everyone to understand that the presidential power of pardoning is an extremely, extremely, extremely interesting thing to witness. I mean, we've seen previous presidents pardon very questionable individuals. We've seen the presidential pardon being used. It wouldn't surprise me if Trump were to use it on P. Diddy. It wouldn't surprise me to see Trump even use it on Miss Maxwell. To everyone who's thinking that justice is equal, it isn't. Especially when it comes down to the people in positions of power. The entertainment industry, be it movies, music, social media, influential culture, Wall Street, big banks, the politicians, they're all friends with each other. They're all pals. Do I think P. Diddy deserves a pardon? The way that trial was settled and how it was finished, I think has disappointed a lot of people. And I think at the end of the day, people are still screaming for justice, and we're not getting any of it.